Bev again with another video on our favorite subject, metabolism. I've been asked again about metabolism. I've done a number of videos, but they're older videos, and who wants to scroll down, right? Okay, what is it? It's your body's engine. It needs fuel, like all engines, but for you, it's calories, right? It's your calorie-burning ability, put more simply. It determines your tissue composition. Are you lean or are you fat? And it deals with, this is the important thing, energy balance in your body. So I'm going to talk about that over here. But if you want to maintain a fast metabolism, I like to call it a more efficient metabolism, then you've got to keep your engine tuned and you got to give it high quality fuel, right? You do that for your car. Okay. Energy balance. Metabolism is made of two very distinct metabolic pathways. You need them both. They work together. They help each other. Now, they affect your overall weight, your overall fat, your excess fat or whatever, and your overall health. All right. Now, let me turn this way so I don't knock my speaker over. Here are those two parts of metabolism. Anabolism and catabolism. These are the metabolic pathways. This one is constructive. It uses energy and it takes small biomolecules and builds them into large biomolecules. So that's why it uses energy and why it's called constructive. Things like bone growth, muscle tissue growth, repair, all that kind of thing. Catabolism is the opposite. It is destructive, and I don't mean that in a negative way. It's destructive because of the way it creates energy, and this energy helps anabolism. It takes large biomolecules, complex molecules, and breaks them down or destructs them into smaller, simple molecules. So you can see how these are related. So things like blood circulation, digestion, respiration, these are all catabolic in nature. So anabolism is really how your cells get their energy and how they get rid of their toxic waste. It is an anaerobic energy system. It doesn't need respiratory oxygen. Now, catabolism is needs respiratory oxygen, so it's an aerobic energy system. And let's take digestion as an example for breakdown. It takes fats or lipids and breaks them down into fatty acids, protein into amino acids, carbohydrates into glucose. So you can see it's destructive. But as I said, you need both. But the problem with, as you get older, the problem is the ratio can be off. When you think of a baby, they have both systems, but they're more anaerobic than they're more anabolic than catabolic. But an older person, think of your grandmother, is more catabolic or breakdown than anabolic. So what the heck has happened to that ratio? Because the ratio is very important in your overall health. But why does it get off? Well, it can be age, because as you age, especially after 40, you don't have as much growth hormone. You're less active, right? So you need fewer calories, but maybe you're still eating the same as you did when you were in your 20s. Maybe you're starving yourself. So you have this amino acids get broken down by protein synthesis, and it ends up being on this catabolic side. Maybe you only do cardio exercise. That's it. You're always running on the treadmill. That's all you do. Or maybe you have a very unhealthy diet, right? Or you don't eat a lot of protein. All of these things will tip you more to the catabolic side. So how do you keep your engine tuned up? That is, how do you keep it more anabolic? Okay, you've got to exercise more. And you have to exercise where you're building muscle tissue, right? Muscle tissue is calorie burning for movement. And you want to build more growth hormone, right? That's a calorie burning hormone. And you do that with exercise, and you also do it with better sleep. If you have chronic sleep deprivation, which a lot of people do as they age, with more stress and whatever, you're going to have more cortisol. And cortisol is a fat-making hormone, and it loves to put fat at your waistline. Also, getting more sleep is going to give you more fat-releasing enzymes, which are catalysts for fat fat releasing, right? Which is good. And high quality fuel. You want to eat a better, rich whole food diet. You don't want to be eating junk food and processed food and highly acidic food. And you want to eat all three macros. You don't want to get on the starvation side where either you're not eating enough or you're not eating, fats, or you're not eating carbs, the current thing. And you want to eat more protein. I mean, nitrogen is only found in protein, and that is a major construction block for anabolic processes. So what I want to talk about is, and I should say, you want to make your protein work for you. That's why you want to exercise more. And it's more inefficiently digested, so it's much more calorie burning than carbs or fats. But the ratio, as I said, is very important between these two. So if you are more anaerobic than catabolic, anabolic more than catabolic, then you will lose weight. If you're more catabolic, then your chances of gaining weight are higher. Now, anabolism is going to build up and maintain muscle mass. So what happens over here, especially, weightlifting, think about it, you're gaining muscle and you're losing fat. And so you're going to get much more lean. And if you're more catabolic, let's say you're only running on the treadmill, and I see a lot of women, this is all they do, they run on the treadmill when they go to the gyms, right? What you're going to do is break down or lose overall mass. Here you're building it, here you're losing it. And what you're doing is losing muscle mass. You will be losing fat mass as well, right? But you're going to lose muscle too. So if you're only doing cardio, then you're having less critical muscle mass. So I would say you should do both, right? You should have a mixture of both types of exercise. Mostly anaerobic, let's say weightlifting, 80-85% of the time. And then maybe, there are obviously benefits to cardio exercise. So 10-15% or whatever of your time, cardio exercise. Do your weightlifting first, do your cardio lifting or your cardio exercise after. So again, your ratio of anabolic to catabolic processes will determine how efficient your metabolism is at burning those calories, okay? So I'll see you in the next video. Happy weightlifting. Bye.